Emma Parker held her daughter Lily's small hand as they walked toward her parents' big backyard. It was a warm Saturday afternoon, and the whole family was gathered for a barbecue to celebrate Emma's father's birthday. Kids were running around, cousins were laughing, and music played from a speaker near the porch. It looked like a normal, happy family day, but Emma felt something strange in the air the moment she stepped inside the gate. Her brother Jason stood near the grill with his arms crossed. He didn't smile when he saw Emma. Instead, his eyes quickly moved to Lily, who was jumping with excitement because she saw her cousins. Jason's face tightened like he was already annoyed. Emma noticed it, but she brushed it off. Today was supposed to be peaceful. Lily, only 7 years old, was a bright and joyful child. She laughed loudly, talked fast, and loved being around people. She ran toward the picnic tables and joined her cousins, shouting happily as they started a small game of tag. Emma watched her daughter, smiling, but she also noticed Jason's eyes following every loud sound Lily made. He hated noise, even when kids were just being kids. Emma took a slow breath. "Please, God," she whispered, "let today be calm." But the tension kept growing. Every time Lily laughed, Jason's jaw clenched. Every time she ran too close to him, he rolled his eyes. When she dropped a plastic cup, which bounced harmlessly on the grass, Jason muttered something Emma couldn't hear. Emma tried to ignore it, but a knot of worry formed in her stomach. For a few minutes, everything seemed normal until Lily accidentally bumped into the snack table. A few chips spilled onto the ground. Nothing serious. Just something any child could do. But it was enough to set Jason off. He slammed his drink on the table. "Are you kidding me?" he snapped. Emma looked up instantly. Lily froze. Everyone around went quiet. Jason walked toward Lily with heavy, angry steps. Emma jumped from her seat. "Jason, she's just a kid," she shouted, but he didn't stop. Lily stood there still, scared, her tiny hands shaking. Jason reached her in seconds. And before anyone could react, he slapped Lily across the face. It wasn't a small, light slap. It was loud. Sharp. Strong enough to throw her head to the side. Lily gasped, touched her cheek, and then the tears came fast, loud, painful sobs that filled the whole yard. Emma's heart dropped. "Lily," she screamed, running to her daughter. She wrapped her arms around her, trying to protect her, trying to make the world stop spinning. But the world didn't stop. It got worse. Because when Emma looked up at her parents, expecting shock or anger or at least basic human sympathy, they were laughing. Her mother covered her mouth, trying to hold back a smile, and her father shook his head with a grin. She was being too loud, her father said casually, like nothing horrible had happened. She needed that, her mother added. Emma almost couldn't breathe. "What is wrong with you?" she cried out. Jason shrugged like he didn't care at all. "Someone had to teach her manners," he said coldly. Lily cried harder, burying her face in Emma's chest. Emma felt her own tears forming, but she held them back so Lily wouldn't get more scared. Emma stood up, still holding her daughter. "You don't touch my child," she said, voice shaking with anger. But Jason stepped closer. "You should thank me," he said. "You never discipline her. She's loud, annoying, and out of control." Emma took a step back. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. She looked around at the other relatives, hoping anyone would defend her daughter. But they were silent. Some looked away. Some whispered. A few even seemed entertained. The world Emma knew, her family, her support, her childhood home, felt like it had turned into a place she didn't recognize anymore. Lily continued sobbing. Emma kissed the top of her head. "It's okay, sweetie. Mommy's here. I won't let anyone hurt you." She tried to leave, but her father suddenly stood up from his chair and blocked her path. "Stop this drama," he said. "She's fine." Emma stared at him like she was looking at a stranger. "Move," she demanded. Her father crossed his arms. "You overreact to everything. Jason didn't do anything wrong." Emma tightened her grip on Lily. "He slapped my child." Her mother rolled her eyes. "Kids cry over everything. She'll get over it. You need to calm down." Emma wanted to scream. She wanted to break something. She wanted to protect her daughter from every single person standing in that yard. She pulled out her phone with shaking hands and gently took a picture of Lily's red cheek. It was swollen already. Jason smirked. "You going to call the police?" "Go ahead. They won't do anything." Emma didn't answer. She didn't trust her voice. She walked past her father, pushing through, and left the backyard without looking back. As she reached the front gate, she heard laughter again, the same cruel laughter from her parents. And something deep inside Emma changed. Something strong. Something that would not stay silent anymore. This wasn't over. Not even close. Emma drove home with shaking hands. Lily sat in the back seat, quiet, holding a small ice pack Emma kept in her purse. Normally, Lily talked non-stop on car rides about cartoons, her friends, school, or anything that came to her mind. But today, she said nothing. Every few minutes, Emma looked at her through the rearview mirror. Lily's eyes were swollen from crying, her cheek still red. She wasn't humming, wasn't moving, just staring out the window. "Sweetheart," Emma whispered, "are you okay?" Lily didn't answer. That silence hit Emma harder than anything Jason had done. When they reached home, Emma carried Lily inside and set her gently on the couch. She brought water, got a soft blanket, and sat beside her, rubbing her back. Lily leaned into her, but still didn't speak. Emma fought her own tears. She needed to stay strong for Lily. Suddenly her phone buzzed. A text from her mother. "Mom. You ruined the whole day. You embarrassed your father on his birthday." Emma stared at the message in disbelief. She typed back. "Emma. Jason slapped my child." The reply came fast. "Mom. Stop acting like she was hurt. She was being loud. Jason did the right thing." Emma dropped the phone on the couch, covering her mouth. She had known her mother could be cold, but this? Defending a grown man hitting a 7-year-old? Her stomach twisted. A moment later, another text came, this time from her father. "Dad. If you're planning to start trouble, don't come back. We won't take your drama." Emma felt like someone punched her chest. Her parents had made their choice, they stood with Jason, not with her, not with Lily. She looked at her daughter again, curled up like a frightened kitten. No. She wasn't going to be silent. She wiped her tears and stood up. She took her phone and called her best friend, Sarah. Sarah answered on the first ring. "Emma? What happened? You sound scared." Emma tried to speak, but her voice cracked. "Jason, he hit Lily." "What? Hit her how?" "He slapped her. In front of everyone. And my parents laughed." There was a long pause on the other end. Then Sarah said, voice angry and sharp, "Emma, that's abuse. You need to protect Lily and yourself. Don't let them scare you." "I won't," Emma whispered. "Do you have pictures?" "Yes. I took one." "Good. Keep it safe. And Emma, don't go back there." Emma nodded even though Sarah couldn't see her. "I won't." After ending the call, Emma sat next to her daughter again. "Lily, sweetie, do you want to sleep?" Lily finally whispered, "Mommy, why did Uncle Jason hit me?" Emma's heart broke again. She hugged Lily tightly. Because something is wrong with him, not with you. You did nothing wrong. You were just being happy. Lily sniffled. Grandma laughed. Emma's jaw tightened. Grandma was wrong. Lily slowly leaned into her mother's chest, and Emma held her until she fell asleep. But the quiet didn't last long. An hour later, Emma's phone buzzed again. A cousin this time. Cousin. Hey, people are talking. Someone recorded what happened. Emma's heart jumped. What do you mean recorded? The cousin replied. The slap. The whole thing. It's online. Emma opened the link she received, her hands trembling. There it was. A short video. Jason yelling. Lily standing still. Then the slap, clear, loud, awful. In the background, her parents' laughter. The comments were already piling up. Why would a grown man hit a kid? That's child abuse. Where was the mom? Oh my God, that poor girl. Emma felt a mix of shame and anger. People didn't know the full story, but the video was proof. Proof she wasn't crazy. Proof Jason was dangerous. Suddenly her phone rang. Jason's name flashed on the screen. Emma didn't want to answer, but she did. He didn't even say hello. He yelled, "Take that video down. Now." I didn't post it, she said calmly. You think you're innocent, he snapped. Everyone knows it came from your side of the family. Jason, you hit a child. She deserved it. Emma felt her blood boil. Don't talk about my daughter. Jason's voice dropped lower, colder. Take it down. Or you'll regret it. Emma hung up. For a few moments, the house was silent except for Lily's soft breathing as she slept on the couch. Then Emma's phone buzzed again, this time, several messages in a row. Family group chat blowing up. Dad. Take the video down. Mom. Jason didn't do anything wrong. Aunt. Why are you destroying your brother's life? Uncle. Emma, stop making drama. Emma stared at the screen. Her family didn't care Lily was hurt. They only cared that the world now saw the truth. Emma's hands shook, not with fear this time, but with anger. She whispered to herself, if they think I'm going to stay quiet, they don't know me at all. She took another picture of Lily's cheek. Saved it. Backed it up. She opened her notes app and started writing everything that happened, time by time. For the first time that day, she felt something strong, something she had almost forgotten she had. Courage. She looked at her daughter sleeping peacefully and whispered, I will protect you. No matter what. Through the window, the sky outside was turning dark. And Emma knew. The fight had only just begun. The next morning, Emma woke up early. Lily was still asleep in the guest room, clutching her small teddy bear. Emma didn't feel like eating breakfast. Her mind was racing. She couldn't stop thinking about the video, her parents' laughter, and Jason's cold face. She knew she couldn't stay quiet anymore. This was bigger than anger. This was about her daughter's safety. Emma picked up her phone and opened social media. She hesitated, then searched for the video her cousin had sent her. It was still online. She scrolled through the comments. Hundreds of strangers were writing messages, some angry, some shocked, some offering advice. Her heart beat faster as she read. Call the authorities. That is child abuse. No parent should ever let this happen. Poor girl. I hope someone helps her. Emma felt a mix of relief and fear. Relief because people believed her daughter had been wronged, fear because she knew Jason would not stay quiet for long. Then her phone buzzed again. This time it was Jason. Emma, he typed, all caps. Delete that video or you'll regret it. Emma ignored it. She knew he couldn't touch her, not if she had proof. She decided it was time to tell someone who could act someone official. She called the police. 911, how can I help you? Said the operator. Emma explained quickly but carefully. Her daughter had been hit by her uncle in front of family, her parents laughed, and the incident was recorded. She had a photo of the mark on Lily's cheek and a video from the backyard. Don't worry, ma'am, the operator said kindly. We take this very seriously. Please stay calm. We'll guide you through the next steps. Emma hung up, trying to steady her shaking hands. She looked at Lily, still asleep. You're safe now, baby, she whispered. Mommy will never let anyone hurt you again. At school that day, Emma noticed Lily acting differently. Usually bright and chatty, Lily stayed close to her side, quiet and withdrawn. When the teacher asked Lily if she wanted to share anything, Lily shook her head. But the teacher noticed the mark on her cheek. Emma, the teacher said gently, what happened to Lily? Are you okay with me calling someone to help? Emma swallowed her fear. Yes, she said. She needs help. The teacher nodded and assured Emma she would report it to Child Protection Services. For the first time, Emma felt a small spark of hope. People who were supposed to protect children were finally aware of the truth. Later that evening, Emma went back online. The video was spreading fast. More comments poured in, some from strangers who claimed to know her brother. One message made Emma stop in shock. Jason has a history of anger. This isn't the first time he's hurt someone. Emma's stomach dropped. Could it be true? She had always thought of her brother as mean but manageable. But now, it seemed her parents had been hiding more than she knew. She started searching quietly, looking through social media, community forums, and news stories. She found whispers of Jason having previous complaints. Neighbors had mentioned fights, threats, and aggressive behavior. And every time, her parents had covered for him. Emma's hands shook as she realized the truth. Her parents had enabled Jason for years. They had chosen him over anyone else, even over their own grandchild's safety. Her phone rang. It was Jason again. I know you're looking online, he said coldly. Stop it, Emma. Or you'll regret it. Emma stood firm. No, Jason. I'm done letting you scare me or hurt Lily. This ends now. The next day, the police contacted Emma again. They wanted a full statement and the evidence: the photo, the video, and a written account of what happened. Emma prepared everything carefully. As she typed, she remembered her parents' laughter, her daughter's terrified face, and the way Jason had acted like nothing was wrong. Her anger built. She decided she would not only protect Lily but also expose the truth to the world if she had to. While Emma was busy gathering evidence, she noticed a pattern in the online comments. Many people had recorded incidents similar to what happened with Jason. They urged her to post her story publicly, anonymously if needed, to warn other families. Emma hesitated. She didn't want more attention, but then she thought about Lily. She couldn't stay quiet anymore. Lily deserved to be safe, and other children might need protection too. That night, Emma tucked Lily into bed and kissed her forehead. Mommy is going to fix this, she whispered. No one will ever hurt you like that again. Lily murmured, promise. Promise, Emma said. And she meant it with every fiber of her being. As Emma turned off the lights, she couldn't shake the feeling that the battle was only beginning. Jason was dangerous, her parents were on his side, and the world outside could be cruel. But for the first time, she felt real courage. Tomorrow, she would take the next step. She would speak to the police, post the story if she had to, and make sure Jason could never hurt Lily or any other child again. Emma's heart was heavy but determined. One thing was clear: the truth was coming out, and nothing would stop it now. And in the quiet of the night, she whispered again, almost like a prayer. Not you, Not anyone. Lily's voice will never be silenced. The next morning, Emma woke with a heavy heart but a clear mind. She had called the police, shared the video, the photo, and her written account of the incident. Now she waited, hoping someone would finally take action. But deep down, she knew this was only the beginning. A knock on the door startled her. It was a uniformed police officer. "Emma Parker?" he asked politely. "Yes," she said, standing, clutching Lily's hand. "We are here to follow up on the incident involving your brother. We need to ask you a few questions and go over the evidence you have." Emma nodded, leading him inside. She handed over the phone with the video and the photo of Lily's cheek. She explained every detail carefully, from the backyard barbecue to her parents' laughter and Jason's threatening messages. The officer listened patiently, taking notes. Then he leaned back and said something that made Emma's stomach drop. "Emma, this isn't the first complaint about your brother." Her mouth went dry. "What do you mean?" "We have reports from neighbors and past acquaintances. Jason has a history of aggression. Previous incidents of physical and verbal abuse were reported but never fully investigated." Emma felt her hands shake. Her parents, they had covered for him. Every time. Every warning, every angry report, they had protected him, making sure no consequences came. Her parents had chosen him over anyone else, even their own grandchild. She sat down, feeling a wave of anger and betrayal. "All this time, they knew," she whispered. The officer nodded. "It appears so. And now we can finally take action, especially with the direct witness and the video evidence you provided." Emma clenched her fists. She felt a mix of fear, sadness, and determination. Her daughter's safety mattered more than anything else. Later that day, as she was preparing statements, her phone rang. It was her father. "Emma," he said, voice tight, "I hear you're telling the police things about Jason. You're destroying the family." Emma's jaw tightened. "No, Dad. You've been destroying it for years by letting him hurt people." Lily was next. "I won't let it happen again." Her father was silent for a moment, then hung up. Hours later, her mother called, her voice trembling but defensive. "Emma, you have to understand. Jason is family. You can't ruin his life over a little thing. You're overreacting." Emma stared at her phone. Overreacting. Her daughter had been slapped. Her parents had laughed. They had made her feel like the wrong one. "I'm not overreacting," she said firmly. "I'm protecting Lily. Something you should have done years ago." Her mother didn't answer. She hung up too. Emma turned to Lily, who was drawing quietly at the kitchen table. Her little hand moved carefully across the paper, coloring a picture of their family, but even in her art, Lily kept her distance from Jason. Emma felt a pang of guilt for letting this happen in the first place. But now, she had to be strong. The next day, police visited Jason's house to question him. Emma watched from a distance as officers spoke to him and his parents. She could see the tension building, even from afar. Her parents tried to shield him, creating excuses and arguing with the officers. Jason looked annoyed and angry, but there was something else: fear. For the first time, Emma realized that he knew this might be the end of his unchecked behavior. Her parents came home that night, furious. They called Emma and yelled, blaming her for breaking the family image and causing trouble with the law. But Emma didn't flinch. She had recorded some of the conversation as evidence. For years, they had silenced others, protected Jason, and punished anyone who spoke out. Now, the tables were turning. Emma decided to file a restraining order against Jason. She wanted him away from Lily, permanently if possible. Every call, every message, every interaction would now be monitored. She would not leave any loopholes for him. That night, as she sat in Lily's room, she whispered, Mommy will fix this. No one will hurt you anymore. Lily looked up at her, her small face worried. Will he come back, Mommy? Emma shook her head. No, baby. Not ever. She knew the fight ahead wouldn't be easy. Her parents were still on Jason's side. They were trying to manipulate her emotionally, using guilt and tradition to make her back down. But Emma's resolve was stronger than ever. She started documenting everything: messages, videos, conversations, even minor threats. She created a detailed record of Jason's behavior and her parents' enabling. She knew this evidence could protect Lily not just now, but for years to come. Through it all, Emma realized something important: her family was toxic, but her love for Lily was stronger than any tradition, any loyalty, any manipulation. She couldn't save her parents from themselves, but she could save her daughter. As she closed her notebook that night, she whispered again, almost like a promise to the universe. No one will ever silence Lily. Not Jason. Not my parents. Not anyone. Outside, the night was quiet. But inside, Emma felt a spark that was ready to turn into a fire. The fire that would fight for justice, truth, and her daughter's safety. And she knew, the next steps would be the most important ones yet. Emma woke up early, feeling a mix of anxiety and determination. Today was important. The police had reviewed all her evidence: photos, videos, messages, and witness statements. They had informed her that action would finally be taken against Jason. For the first time since the backyard incident, she felt a spark of hope. She glanced at Lily, still sleeping peacefully, her small chest rising and falling softly. Emma smiled faintly. This was why she had fought so hard, why she had documented everything. Her daughter's safety mattered above everything else. Later that morning, police arrived at Jason's house with court papers, including a restraining order and a summons. Emma watched quietly from a distance as officers explained the consequences. Jason's face turned pale, and for the first time, his confident, arrogant demeanor faltered. He realized the law wasn't on his side this time. Her parents, predictably, tried to interfere. They shouted and pleaded, calling Emma selfish and accusing her of destroying the family. But the officers remained firm. Emma had prepared for this. She stayed calm and recorded the confrontation for proof. After Jason was officially served and warned, Emma felt a wave of relief. Finally, there was a legal barrier between him and her daughter. Finally, Lily could breathe without fear. Back at home, Emma sat with Lily in the living room. She took her daughter's small hands in hers and said, "Lily, you are safe now. No one can hurt you, not Jason, not anyone. Mommy promises." Lily's eyes shone with tears, but this time they were tears of relief. She hugged her mother tightly. "I missed feeling safe, Mommy," she whispered. Emma held her even tighter. "I know, baby. I know. But from now on, you will always be safe with me." In the days that followed, Emma shared her story carefully online. She posted a truthful account, leaving out identifying details of some family members but explaining the abuse and the betrayal by her parents. The post went viral. Thousands of people responded, offering support, encouragement, and advice. Some shared similar experiences. Emma realized that by speaking out, she was not only protecting Lily, but also helping others. Her parents tried to reach out, sending messages and making calls, claiming they wanted to reconcile. Emma read them, then deleted them all. She had made her choice. Their protection of Jason over Lily had made it impossible to trust them again. Even Jason tried to apologize publicly, hoping to save his image. He posted a message online, claiming he was sorry if anyone got hurt, but it lacked sincerity. Emma ignored it. She knew actions mattered more than words, and he had already shown who he really was. For the first time in months, Emma felt a calm sense of control over her life. She had stood up to her family, to her brother, and to a system that could have turned a blind eye. She had done everything to protect her child. One sunny afternoon, Emma and Lily went to a nearby park. Lily ran freely, laughing and shouting without fear. Emma watched her, feeling a warmth in her chest she hadn't felt in a long time. She saw the pure joy in Lily's face, the joy that Jason had tried to steal. Emma sat on a bench, smiling as she watched her daughter play. She thought about the journey they had been through, the betrayal, the fear, the anger, and the fight for justice. And she realized something important: love and courage could overcome even the strongest darkness. As Lily ran toward her with a bright, wide smile, Emma said softly, almost to herself, "No one will ever silence you, Lily. Not your uncle, not your grandparents, not anyone. You have a voice, and it will always be heard." Lily hugged her tightly, and Emma felt tears prick her eyes, but this time, they were tears of pride and relief, not fear or pain. From that day forward, Emma and Lily built a life together free from fear. They stayed cautious, aware that the past could try to interfere, but their bond was stronger than anything. Emma made sure Lily knew she was loved, valued, and, most importantly, safe. Emma's story became an inspiration to others who faced family betrayal and abuse. It showed that standing up, even against your own family, could save someone you loved. It reminded everyone that protecting a child was more important than maintaining appearances or tradition. As the sun began to set, Emma held Lily's hand and walked home slowly. The sky was painted in pink and orange, and the air felt calm. For the first time in a long time, Emma felt peace. She whispered to Lily again, "No matter what happens, we are safe, we are free, and we will always stand together." Lily smiled up at her mother. "I love you, Mommy." "I love you too, baby," Emma replied, hugging her tightly. And in that moment, Emma knew that love, courage, and truth had triumphed. Jason's threats, her parents' betrayal, and the years of fear were finally behind them. Emma Parker had fought for justice. Emma Parker had protected her child. And most importantly, Emma Parker had given Lily the gift every child deserves: a safe and loving life. The end.